Welcome to another episode of Hessy and Maven. I'm Justin.
I'm Raven.
And we're doing it again, folks. We're getting deeper into Pokemon. We're going to talk about our top 5 this week of the grass and ghost type.
Making our way down the alphabet.
Making our way down the alphabet. Making our way. And
What's next?
I'm looking forward to it.
H-I...
Ground.
Oh.
And...
J-A...
Ice, maybe.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
But either way, it's going to be great. It's going to be
cool.
a lot of fun. I'm surprised that we're still doing this. It's still that it's like still fun.
Oh yeah, it is fun.
You know what I mean? Like you would think that after doing X amount of episodes all about Pokemon, that it would eventually. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just love Pokemon so much.
I also love Pokemon.
And I love going through the lists of all the different types.
Yeah.
Of like, for example, this week being like, okay, all grass Pokemon, and looking through every single grass Pokemon, and then like, going through and being like, oh, that's right, this fucking Pokemon, and then you pick lists that teach me about Pokemon that I've never even heard of.
I know. Whenever I look through the list, there's Pokemon that I've never heard of, and I'm excited because a lot of the Pokemon I've never heard of are from Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun, like the beasts.
Oh,
beasts or whatever. And I'm playing Ultra Moon right now, so I'm hoping I get to see them in the game.
Yeah, I would hope so. I did find like a grass Pokemon that was fell under that beast, Ultra Beast, whatever category.
Yeah, I found... I don't know if it was
weird.
grass or a ghost.
They're very alien-like.
But it was really cool. It looked like a clown. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, mine was called like the Paper Sword Pokemon.
Oh,
I forget
God.
what its real name was, but it looked like an origami kind of thing. I don't know. It was very weird.
Maybe it was grass, the thing I'm thinking of. Maybe it wasn't.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's starting to get nicer out. Spring is 1,000,000% upon us. There's no denying it.
It is nice.
It is right now. This is like ideal weather for me.
Yeah.
Because it's cold in the morning. It's cold at night.
Warm in the
middle
afternoon.
of the day.
Yeah.
It's warm, but not hot. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 1 or 2 days that hit into the 80s.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
Because that's just not me.
My favorite weather is t-shirt pants or sweatshirt shorts.
Oh, yeah. Same.
Yeah.
I love that vibe.
Because then it's comfortable. And you don't feel like, oh my God, I wish I could just walk outside in underwear. Because it's so hot.
Or stay inside forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I 100% agree. I cannot stand hot weather.
Yeah.
And I'm already nice. Like, I think because I've like kind of been forcing myself to like sit outside on these nicer days. I'm getting, and this happens every season. Every season it starts to get nice out and the bugs come out.
Yeah. And you get really mad a lot.
I get mad because I'm so scared.
I know.
And it like is like borderline debilitating.
Yeah.
Like it's like in my head, I'm smart enough to know like how unlikely it is that bees will sting you, especially like bumblebees and all this stuff. And even a wasp is like, they're not going to attack you unless you attack it. And like, it's just curious and it's just flying around and it's probably never going to fucking come towards you because why would it? You're not protecting a thing of honey or flowers or something that it needs to get to. So there's no reason for it to risk its entire fucking life.
I know.
To fight you.
Yeah.
I know all of this, and yet it genuinely is like, I'll just like open the door, see one wasp and be like, I can't go outside.
I know.
I'm stuck here. Or like if there's one by the front door, I'm like, I have to sit in my car.
I know.
Until the coast is clear or something. And it's like, it really is like debilitating. It fucking sucks. But
I know.
Every season, I go through that little shock period, that transitionary period of like, shit, the bugs are out. I forget what this is like. And then I eventually hit a point where I'm like, I'm cool with it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just exposure therapy kind of thing. Like phobia therapy. Yeah. But like eventually I hit a point and I've already hit it pretty much. Good. Yeah, like I've been outside. I do this thing. I always have a notebook or a hat. That way I have a weapon. Yeah. If I have to.
All right.
I did kill a wasp the other day. And I literally was like, he started hovering near me, and I do this thing where I just go, no.
And that gets them to leave?
Sometimes. And then I say something like, you don't have to do this. It's literally like I'm talking to a murderer.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do this. There's another way. Like, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. Don't do this.
We can talk it out.
Yeah. Just fly away. Like, let's leave each other alone.
Yeah.
Mutual assured destruction kind of Cold War plan here. And then it got too close, and I swung, and I hit it with the notebook, and then I stepped on it, and I was like, you did this.
Yeah.
Like, you did this. I gave you every warning.
We gotta flood the backyard with citronella candles or something.
Something, but I don't even know if citronella
Tiki torches everywhere.
I don't think any of that works on bees or wasps.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I think that's strictly mosquitoes and stuff like that. And knock on wood, not terrible yet.
Yeah.
They haven't been terrible yet. That being said, sometimes the mosquitoes in our backyard are like fucking ninjas.
Yeah.
You're like, you don't
even feel it.
Exactly. It's not like you're like, ooh, ow, my leg. Oh, my leg. It's just like, whatever. And then the next morning you're like, Jesus Christ, look at my legs. Look like a lapper.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not great.
But in the spirit of spring and nicer weather, I want to set out a personal goal for myself of just spending more time outside, just doing more outdoorsy things, going for walks in the woods or like hikes and stuff, going bike riding. I would like to use the fucking kayaks.
I would too. I told Mommy if she's able to clean the kayaks, because I can't. I tried, and I physically can't move my arm into the inside of the kayak to reach into potential spider webs, spiders, bugs, decay, whatever's in there. So I tried to flush it out with a hose, but like you're not getting everything. I told her if she cleans it, then I will put it on top of my car and I'll literally go like the next day.
Yeah.
I want to go kayaking so bad.
Yeah, I would like to really go as well.
There's like on Fisher, when I'm like driving to work, there's like an area where you pass like the marina, and then on both sides there's water. Like on the opposite side of the road from the marina, there's like calm water. Like I would love to just poop around in a kayak over there.
I know. It's hard too though, because like there are certain areas like that where because of just the ecosystem, it's just smelly.
Oh, it's smelly for sure.
Yeah, I'm telling. Like
I'd have to power through.
There were times where Kate and I went kayaking.
Yeah.
And you would be going and everything would be great, and then you would just hit this like, let's say the river or creek or whatever the fuck is going like this, and then there's like an outcropping. Like picture like a cul-de-sac, but like naturally made.
Yeah.
Because the water doesn't run as often, like it's like a little bit more stagnant, stinky.
Yeah, it's stinky.
So stinky.
Very
like
sulfury.
Wetlands.
Yeah.
Stinky, eggy, yeah. So that's not ideal.
I know, but I am hoping to do it.
We should.
I also really want to go to the beach. Last summer I was like, I'm going to get a beach pass, I'm going to go to the beach, and I never went, and I was so annoyed with myself.
I want to also do that, and even though our listeners can attest to this, our friends can attest to this,
there's a lot of problems with you in the beach.
Yeah.
I know.
It's not even like the beach. It's literally just like my own self-esteem.
Yeah.
So I want to get a beach badge, and I want to do the thing I did the one summer, and I fucking always, it has such a romantic idea in my head, because it's like we live on the Jersey Shore. Like the beach is like our thing. Like the ocean, like we're so lucky to fucking live here. Yeah. It's the same way I feel about New York City. We're so lucky to have this huge city that has amazing things. And I feel like I never use it.
I know.
So I want to start like squeezing more out of life, I think.
I know.
Is like the main
point of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I about a little over a year ago I bought a bicycle. And it's so beautiful. It's so nice. Yeah. Have you seen it?
Your bike?
It's like a good looking bike.
Where is it?
Seen it? It was in the shed for a long time. It originally was in the room that's now your room.
Yeah.
Because I was putting it together, and then one of the tubes wasn't filling up, and then I was like, what the fuck is all this? Didn't have a car at the time that could transport a bike. So I was like, I can't even bring this anywhere. Like, this just sucked. Like, I had to like call somebody, and it just never worked out. So then it just got moved to the shed, and then it was just in the shed for a year. So I broke it out. I actually went and bought a cover for it. That way I don't have to worry about the shed and potential bees being in there.
Okay.
And I can just put I could put the bike in the backyard with a cover on it, so I don't have to worry about rust or rain or anything.
Okay.
And then I bought a bike lock, and I bought a big bottle of Sunbum sunscreen.
Love Sunbum.
So do I, and I'll tell you what, I put it on yesterday just to smell good.
Yeah, smells good.
It was like a little overcast yesterday. It was like a little cold outside, but really good. It was I loved it, but it was like a little chilly outside.
Yeah.
But I put it on anyway. I put it on my arms, my legs, my face. I was just like smelling myself. I was like, God, I love suntan lotion smell.
It does smell so good.
Some smell better than others, but man, I was so into it. I was like, this is such a good choice. So I'm just like, I feel like this is like the self-diagnosed autism thing.
Okay,
like
maybe.
The hyperfixation on a hobby or something like that, and then like feeling like you need to buy all the stuff.
Okay.
That's what this was. I feel like this was like a small side effect of that, where it was like, okay, I need to get all these things for the bike.
Okay.
So that I have all of the things I need for the bike. That way, eventually I can go to Beechwood Bicycle, or I think there's one at Fisher. And I need to fix that fucking tire and maybe fix one or two other things. I think when I put it together, I kind of fucked up maybe like the fender or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I would definitely bring it to a bike place.
But yeah, I really, really, really want to get that fixed so I can just ride my bike. And then my goal for myself is to ride over the Seaside Bridge.
It'd be fun.
I'm terrified.
Oh, really?
I don't. Yeah.
Is it bridges?
Just traffic. No, bridges I'm fine with. It's just
traffic.
It's just riding near traffic.
Oh.
I'm not like a super proficient bike rider.
Yeah, I'm wobbly when I first get on one. It takes
for sure. It is. It's gonna take me a while.
Yeah.
It's like a really nice bike, so it's also one of those bikes that's like maybe a little bit higher than I would normally would like. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not necessarily. I'm 33. I'm not like looking for a fucking like a BMX bike where I'm like sitting so close to the ground. And, my knees are never, or my legs are never straightening out.
You remember your gangster bike?
Oh, my ride one? My one with the huge handlebars and the...
Yep.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, that lasted real long.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I go through hyperfixations. I had a drum set once.
I know, I remember.
It's crazy. To think about... Going back in my head and thinking about all the Christmases that I wasted as a kid.
Oh my God, I know.
What an idiot. Now I'm so much better with Christmas.
Except you're not, because there are specific instructions to send mommy specific items.
Yeah. But
and don't.
Then I get things that I really want. And I always have things from Christmases that I cherish. So,
I want a beach cruiser.
Suck it. Like a bicycle beach cruiser?
A pink one, yeah.
Yeah. I know. It would be nice just to be able to like ride your bike and like go to Wawa or like ride a little bit down 37 and go to the fucking like go to Rita's.
I feel like this Wawa has too many
down, whatever it's called down Fisher.
Has too many outdoor lingerers for me to feel comfortable about leaving my bike.
Yeah, I would have to go there and actually like look closer and see if there's like a bike rack or something.
Yeah.
Something that I can lock my bike to.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest thing.
It's my least favorite thing about Wawa when I walk up to when I get out of my car and walk up to the doors of Wawa and there's just like old men drinking coffee at the trash can.
Yep.
And I want to be like, get out of here. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Like,
because that's all they have.
This is where you linger? This is where you have meetings with friends?
Yeah.
By the trash can at the Wawa?
Where else is there?
Your home?
No.
What do you mean?
You need places of community.
Well, at least get away from the door. Stand at the side of the Wawa. Because now I have to walk past you to get to the door, and then you do this thing when I walk by. And I hate it.
For those listening, Raven just slowly, listlessly drifted her head and her gaze.
Yeah, that's what they do. Their eyes
walked by.
Follow you as you walk by, and you're like, ugh, stop.
Yeah, well, you hate old people, too.
I do hate old people. This is the Pokemon I was talking about, by the way. I have to show you.
Oh, I saw that one, yeah.
It's ghost type.
It's weird.
It's very cool. I hope I encounter it at some point. Anyway, you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. So first up is Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
We each picked our top 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see if there is... I'm guessing that there could be one overlap.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Oh, excuse me.
But it's hard because there's not a ton of ghost types. You know, it's probably one of the least frequent types, I imagine.
Yes, it is also one of my top 2 favorites. Ghost and Fairy.
Really interesting. Wow.
Yeah, if I was a trainer of one type, I would either pick Ghost or Fairy. It'd be very hard for me to choose.
Yes. Also, I found it interesting when I was doing this little bit of research.
Mm-hmm.
I, for some reason, forgot that like in the original Red and Blue, there is just
Ghastly
and that
and
line.
Haunter and Gengar. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. In the one episode where they encounter all the ghost Pokemon, it's just the 3 of them in a house.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it. They're spooky.
Excuse me.
Spooky.
They are spoopy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. Do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
My number 5 is Phantump.
Ah.
He's so cute. He's just this little, like, black squiggly line with a tree stump head with 2, like, tree branch horns.
Yeah.
And he's got these big eyes and the little circle mouth where they're always like, ooh, like that.
It's always cute.
He's so cute, which is pretty much the reason I pick any Pokemon.
Yeah.
This says, Phantump is created when a spirit possesses a tree stump. It is said that the spirit is that of a child who became lost in the forest and died.
Jesus.
Which is so sad. Pokemon's cries sound like the voice of a child or eerie screams. People have become lost following the voice, but Phantump is attempting to make friends. Phantump and its evolved form Trevenant are the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Forest's Curse.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this says the major appearance in the show, which I can't wait to get to, is a bunch of Phantump, and they're trying to help a shiny Phantump.
I know. I'm looking at the shiny Phantump now.
I know, it's really cute.
It has like petrified bark, so it's like
white.
The head / horns are like white. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah, this is a super fun Pokemon. I was a big fan of this. I do think it's interesting that there's so many ghost grass.
Yeah.
Specifically. Yeah. But this
It's
guy's
really
really cool. His evolution form almost made my list just because I think it's
His
cool
evolution
idea.
form is really cool.
Trevenant.
I like that Phantump is called the Stump Pokemon.
Trevenant is the Elder Tree Pokemon.
Which is also pretty cool.
Yeah, and they do a good job. I mean, it looks really cool. It has like root / spidery legs.
Yeah.
The trunk, the horns, and then it goes from 2 eyes to 1 eye, and then it obviously has branches for arms, and it's just like, that's a good design. That's
fun. Yeah, really cool. But Phantump is so cute, and I love it, and that's
Phantom is so cute. That's a good one.
number 5.
Okay. My number 5 is from the newest game, Scarlet and or Violet. Goldango.
Ah, okay.
The evolved form of Gimmighoul.
Underrated, I think.
Underrated. I'll tell you why. I enjoyed the leveling up process or the evolution process of collecting 999 Gimmighoul coins because it feels incredibly satisfying. GHOLDENGO.
Found it. Thank you.
So I love this little guy. I love his goofy ass look. He looks
very goofy.
Like he looks like a mix between the Rayman and Gumby.
Yes, very Gumby-esque.
Yeah, he's got wide old hips. I like that he has like a little belt on.
Yeah.
And the belt actually has like the treasure chest thing that you find him in a lot. I just think it's cool. It's cool, man. He's fun. I mean, he's Steel and Ghost, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He's the coin entity Pokemon. Yeah, it's just his body is composed of 1,000 Gimmighoul coins stacked together, giving it a golden cylindrical appearance.
He does not appear in the anime.
Well, he's brand new.
Yeah. Oh, right. They're doing Scarlet and Violet now. Right?
Yeah.
Without Ash, yeah.
Yeah, because that girl got the Sprigatito.
Yeah.
In that clip.
Yeah.
Also, that dude in that clip that I sent you, the one where it was like, what was it, a Charizard versus a Cerulege or some shit?
Oh, yes.
That kid, when you play Ruby or Sapphire,
yeah,
and you get to pick boy or girl,
okay,
the boy looks like a younger version of that.
Oh.
He has white hair and he has a headband.
Interesting.
I wonder if it's supposed to be like that kid.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because when I play video games, I always make girl characters. So I picked a girl. And so then obviously my rival became the boy. And they don't let you pick his name, which I thought was really interesting. He immediately is, it's either Brennan or Brendan. I forget.
Both of those names beg for a fight.
Yeah, and it's weird because he's not your rival in like an annoying way, really.
Yeah.
You, like, there are times where he'll like show up and be like, "Hey, what's up, dude? How's everything going?
Yeah.
Good." All right. So yeah, my number 5 is Goldengo.
Okay.
I love him.
Very good pick.
He's a fun
I
guy.
wasn't expecting that.
No, I didn't think you would be. And I didn't think I was gonna really like him either.
Yeah.
I originally thought the whole Gimmighoul thing was like this fucking cheesy, silly idea.
Yeah.
And then I kind of really just appreciated working for it.
Right.
And working for it in a really passive way. I was never like
on the hunt
for Gimmighoul coins. It was really just like, oh, there's a tower.
Yeah.
I'll climb the tower. Did you know that when you like when you're in the wild and you just hear the little like
yeah, yep,
and you find him, you'll get anywhere between 1 to maybe 10 max, right? But every single time you fight a Gimmighoul like in their little chest, it's like instantly 50. So that makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
because I remember at one point just being like, this is gonna take forever. Like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah,
there's 1,000 of these, and then being like, oh, okay, I paid more closer attention.
Yeah,
I'm at like 780 right now in my replay through. But I am looking forward to it. Steel and Ghost, it's a fun Pokemon. It looks goofy as hell. It's all gold. I nicknamed mine Pony Boy. Stay golden.
Very good.
And yeah, my number 5 is Goldengo.
Very good.
So got that going on for me.
Good.
What is your number 4?
Bramblin is so cute. It's the tumbleweed Pokemon. It's just like a little, like this, the claw, like this.
Yeah.
That has 2 eyes, like 2 little slits for eyes. It resembles a tumbleweed. The eyes don't blink. They flip and rotate to express Bramblin's emotions. This says Bramblin are created when wandering souls unable to move on get tangled and fused up in dried grass.
Wow.
Bramblin's main form of locomotion is the wind, which blows it uncontrollably to destinations unknown. Bramblin despises getting wet and makes its habitat in dry, rocky regions such as deserts.
Huh.
Yeah, Bramblin and its evolution, Bramblegast, are the only known Pokemon that have Wind Rider as an ability.
Wind Rider.
And Bramblegast is just a bigger, pointier...
Yeah, like a more thorny version.
Bramblin.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I prefer Bramblin because it's like a little baby tumbleweed.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of the way that you have to evolve Bramblin.
You have to walk with him
for 1,000 steps.
Yeah. There's
not a huge
couple,
fan.
1 or 2 Pokemon.
There's at least one more. It's like Palmo or Palmy or whatever does it that way. But I remember it taking me a fucking lifetime because the way in the game, like, your character walks faster than every fucking Pokemon unless it's like a flying type or something that makes sense for it to be fast.
Right.
So then it just comes back into your Pokeball.
Yeah.
And
you have to walk slow.
You're like, what is this, man? I know. I would do the crouch thing.
Yeah.
And I would just walk like that, and I would just like zone out or watch TV or do something else.
Yeah.
So it was just like, Jesus.
Yeah. You have to really grind for it.
It is another one where like when it does happen though, you feel really good about it.
Yeah.
And then you see a Bramblegast in the wild, and you're like, fuck me.
Yeah. I never saw a Bramblegast in the wild. I didn't even evolve my Bramblin. I just kept it as a Bramblin.
I forget where I maybe didn't see one in the wild. It might have been a raid battle, but I remember seeing one.
Yeah.
So like in my game, I haven't caught the Tumbleweed Pokemon yet. And it's another ghost grass type.
Yeah. I love Bramblin.
That is, I think, the most common combination with ghost.
With ghosts, yeah, probably.
So interesting to me.
The natural world is filled with spirits.
No, it makes sense. It just is interesting to me.
Yeah.
In the general sense of like, from like the more design, like game design aspect, I'm like,
yeah,
that's weird that they keep doing grass ghost. I don't dislike it. I like it. Mm-hmm. It just makes me think of that anchor Pokemon, and it really pisses me off.
I know. Yeah, it bothers you, that anchor Pokemon.
It should bother everyone. And if it doesn't, you know nothing.
Maybe there's a forum about it.
I guarantee there's Reddits about it. Mm-hmm. There's probably an entire subreddit that says, why is Delmies not Water Ghost?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't pick him.
Yeah,
and I like him. I have one on my Sword and Shield, and he's fucking powerful, and he's cool, and he has Power Vine or Power Whip or whatever the fuck. And
right.
He's a powerful ass Pokemon. But I'll tell you what, shouldn't be grass. That's dumb. The only thing I can think of is that old ships are made out of wood. That's literally the only fucking thing that makes sense.
Yeah, even that's a stretch.
That's what I mean.
It feels
it's like I can't think of anything because it's like an anchor and a ship's wheel, and you want to come up in my house and tell me that it's fucking grass?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay. What's your number 4?
Number 4. Number 4, I think, is also going to surprise you.
Okay.
I picked it for its versatility. I picked it for its, I guess really, yeah, just its versatility. Rotom.
Oh.
Rotom.
Not one of my favorites. I mean,
and that surprises
essential in the game, but I never use it as a Pokemon.
Yeah, that blows my mind, actually.
Yeah.
Because Rotom is amazing. Now, the interesting thing is that Rotom is always an electric type, is only a ghost type in its like OG form.
Okay.
Which I think is that form is named something. Plasma form or something, or light bulb form. That's what it's called. Light bulb form, electric ghost. But then you can make You can make a microwave oven, electric and fire, a washing machine, electric and water, a refrigerator, electric and ice, a fan, like an electric fan, electric and flying, or the lawnmower, electric and grass.
Okay.
And I fucking love that. And they all look different. They're all super cute. And you can, every time, like when you change a Rotom to one of the different types, so you change it to Heat Rotom, it learns, I forget what the specific move is, but it's the equivalent of like, it learns Fire Blast.
Yeah.
And then you can change a different one into the Fan Rotom and it learns Wing Attack.
Right.
Or something. It always learns a powerful move of that type. I just think it's fucking fascinating. It's really, really cool. And they all look super cute and fun. And they're like
are cute.
Little machines and stuff. And I just really enjoyed having them. I had a Fan Rotom that really just was awesome.
Yeah.
I was really, really into.
I think my problem is like I just want Pokemon to be animals. So when they're like machines, I tend to like them less.
I can understand that.
But it's still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm like getting away from like I like it when they're animals, of course.
Yeah.
But I also like fully recognize that these are Pokemon. They're not animals. Like they should be able to go outside of that. And for that reason I'm like really into it.
Yeah.
So I like Rotom because I like all the different forms. It's so cool. Not to mention it's like really fun to. You don't catch them very often. Like they're pretty rare. Mm-hmm. So every time I see one, I catch one because there's 6 if you count the light bulb form.
Right.
6 different forms.
Yeah.
I want all of them, of course. And it's so easy. They make it so easy to change the forms, which I fucking love. I love that it's not difficult to do that. You just get like a book. It's like a book that you find somewhere. You could Google it, wherever it is. Mm-hmm. You get the book. It's called like the Rotom catalog. Mm-hmm. Put it in it goes in your key items, and then fucking bada bing, bada boom. Anytime you want, you just use that item on a Rotom, and you can change its form. And it's genius. I love that.
I love it.
So easy. But yeah.
Very good.
Thank you very much. That is my number 4.
Good.
Number 3, Ghost. Go.
Pumpkaboo.
Yes.
Also chosen for its cuteness.
Mm-hmm.
It is the pumpkin Pokemon. Another ghost grass. I thought was cute that I didn't know until I looked this up that Pumpkaboo come in 4 variations: small, average, large, and super.
Yeah, I think that happens.
Yep, I had no clue. But they're so cute. It says Pumpkaboo become active after dark. The holes in its body glow and illuminate the way for travelers. It is said that it also carries wandering spirits to the afterlife by storing the spirits within its body. Wow. However, its own spirit is trapped in this world. When taking spirits into the afterlife, small Pumpkaboo prefer children, while large Pumpkaboo prefer adults. Pumpkaboo can hypnotize and control any human or Pokemon. It does this by releasing streams of light from its holes in the pumpkin. Pumpkaboo and its evolved form Gorgeist are the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Trick or Treat, which I don't think is a great move, and I always opt not to learn it. But I love Pumpkaboo. I think it is so freaking adorable. It just makes me, whenever I have one, I just want to make a whole team that's like a spooky Halloween team. Gorgeist is also cute, just not as cute.
No,
as Pumpkaboo.
Yeah. It's another one that requires a trade.
Yeah.
To evolve, which is so annoying.
Yeah. But yeah, love Pumpkaboo. So cute. Would love a pumpkin Pokemon.
Yeah, that would be fun. It's the only pumpkin Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
There's no other pumpkin Pokemon.
No.
They should do another pumpkin Pokemon. The ghost makes sense because jack-o'-lanterns.
Right.
But it is interesting that they haven't. Like, you can have 2 ghosts. You got a million grass and a million fish Pokemon. Why not have 2 pumpkin Pokemon?
I know there should be.
Do one that's orange.
Yeah.
How many orange Pokemon are there that aren't fire?
I know. None.
You know?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Okay. My number 3. I keep going to the wrong thing. This one's interesting. I normally don't do this where I pick a Pokemon that's not normally the type, but this Alolan form, blah, blah, blah. I normally don't do that, but I was actually struggling a little bit with Ghost, trying to find ones that I really, really liked. It is Marowak Alolan form.
I did see this.
Yes. So, normal Marowak, the evolved form of Cubone, is ground type, but in the Alolan form, it is dual type fire and ghost.
And it looks awesome.
And it looks very cool. It has like black, dark gray skin. Its skull helmet has a little design on it. And its bone club that it carries has blue flames on either end of it. Like a fire twirler kind of thing.
Which is cool.
Very, very cool. It makes a lot of sense. The reason I picked Marowak
Mm-hmm.
is because earlier I don't know if it was recorded because we lost a chunk of time, but
sure did.
Earlier we did talk about how in the original Red and Blue, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, the only ghost Pokemon.
Yeah.
However, when you're in Lavender Town, spoilers for those who have never played Red or Blue, when you're in Lavender Town and you go inside the fucking spooky place, which you have to go into because that, like, the person who's being threatened by Team Rocket or something like that is, like, has an item that you need, like a Poke Flute or something, right? So you have to go in there. And it's funny because as a kid, when you're going along the way, you're fighting all the people. You know, in the original Red and Blue, it doesn't say, like, Johnny wants to fight you. It's like, young boy. You know what I mean? It's like florist. It just says their title.
Right.
And they all look the same and they never have names.
Okay.
In that place, they're all called channelers.
Okay.
Because I guess they channel the energy or something. But when I was a kid, I just thought it was Chandler from Friends. And I didn't understand it.
That's so funny. Okay.
But anyway, you go in there. And I think the first time you go in, you actually can't fight the ghosts because the ghosts come up and it's just a ghost shape and you can't fight them because you can't really see them. And then you get a special object from somebody, I can't remember who, where now you can see them.
Okay.
And the whole time you're like going through here, obviously you're only seeing Ghastlies and whatever, maybe a Haunter if you're lucky. And you eventually find out about this like spirit and it's like this mother and they're like crying and all this weird stuff and it ends up being a Marowak. But it's like they treat it like it's a ghost.
Okay. That's cute.
And it just has always stuck in my head. It's very sad and it's very intense and you have to fight the Marowak actually because it's like in its grief it's attacking people. Yeah. So you have to fight it. It's sad. Very, very intense. Yeah. It's fucking intense, man. But yeah, so I've always loved, I mean, Cubone is fucking adorable always. And the whole, like, wearing a skull is very macabre. But, I mean, we've read these descriptions for these cute ghost Pokemon.
I know, they're all ferrying really spirits into the afterlife.
They're like, when a child dies in the woods, it becomes this cute little Pokemon.
Yep.
You're like, oh, that's terrifying. How about hire more park rangers? What the fuck is happening in these woods?
Marowak, in his, I think, first appearance in the show, was interesting. They met a trainer on the road who had one as his like partner Pokemon, like his Pikachu, and they lost a battle, like a couple battles in a row, and the Marowak like left, just like walked away, and was just like, I'm not gonna be with you anymore because we keep losing. And I remember being like, what a piece of shit Marowak, like that is so rude. And then eventually later in the episode, the Marowak has some type of epiphany, like about missing its trainer and being like, it's actually fine if we lose, and then went back. And I remember being like, damn, just abandoned him in his time of need.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. The Bone Keeper Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty interesting design. I'm like kind of into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Number 3 for me is Alolan Marowak.
Very nice.
All right. What is your number 2?
My number 2.
Getting down to it. We haven't had a overlap yet.
My number 2 is Shuppet.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, let's continue without the overlaps.
Yeah. It's the puppet Pokemon. It's really cute. It's just like this little blob with a pointy head, or a point on its head. And I first saw it recently in the advanced battle, or advanced challenge season of Pokemon that I'm on.
Yeah.
And it shows up when Max and May are fighting, and they're in like this scary house walking around, and Max, because he's like littler than them, he like has a tantrum and runs away into another room, and then he's just like sitting there for a while, and then he just very suddenly has a change of heart, like, oh, I actually love May, maybe we should stop fighting. And then he's like, oh well, now I gotta find her. And then you find out later that his sudden change in attitude is because of Shuppet, because Shuppet thrives on negative energy. So it pulls away your negative emotions and your negative thoughts.
Wow.
Which I thought was so cute.
Yeah, if I had a Shuppet, it'd be fat as hell.
Oh my God.
That motherfucker.
It's so cute. Yeah, it says Shuppet's horn collects the negative emotions of people on which this Pokemon feeds. The emotion it feeds on include anger, jealousy, resentment, and malice, so some people are grateful for its presence. This also helps Shuppet become slowly stronger. A nocturnal Pokemon, Shuppet will appear in swarms beneath the eaves of houses with negative people. There exists a proverb that says, "Shun the house where Shuppet gather in the growing dusk." It is most commonly found in cities and urban settings and will retreat to the nest in which it lives when the sun rises.
Wow.
But yeah, it's so cute. And Max becomes its friend. And they're just like little cute puppets. And I love that it absorbs the negative emotions of people around it. I will say I do not love its evolved evolution.
With the zipper mouth?
Banette.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember when I was watching it, the mean guy who dresses like a Cacturn.
Yes.
His two main Pokemon are Cacturn and Banette, and he's very evil. So I get like not good vibes from Banette. But Shuppet I love.
Yeah.
So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's my number 2.
Okay. My number 2 is Poltegeist.
Ah, the teapot.
The black tea Pokemon.
Very cute.
I love it so much.
Very, very cute.
I really do enjoy it. It's just very cute and sweet and fun, and I think it's a super cute idea. I'm a big fan of like the name.
Yeah.
It evolves from Sinistea when exposed to a cracked pot or a chipped pot. And the item required depends on the form of the Sinistea that you have. You can either have the phony form, which lacks a stamp of authenticity. Or you can have the antique form,
which has the stamp.
Which has the stamp of authenticity. And I love that. I think that's very cute and funny.
It is.
And I really just think it's a super fucking cute Pokemon. Sinistea is kind of like a teacup, and it just has like the Pokemon itself almost like in a hermit crab kind of way. It looks like it's really just like chilling in this teacup, and it's kind of overflowing a little bit when it like comes out to do attacks and stuff. And then Poltegeist is a full teapot, and it pops out with the little using the lid as like a little hat,
and you can see its little arms.
Yeah, and it's just very, very cute. You can see its little arms.
Yeah,
I didn't really notice that. Yeah, it's so cute and silly, and like I honestly love the color scheme. Yeah, I love the really light teal or whatever color you want to call that, aquamarine or something.
Do you see the English translation of the Japanese?
Pot death.
Pot death.
Very good.
When I stopped my replay of Violet to play X and Ultra Moon, what I was doing was trying to find a cracked pot or a chipped pot. But they told me the only way I could do it was to go to Stow-on-Side to ask the dealer guy what he's got that day. And then I ask him, and he's like, "Oh, I have this other thing you don't need." And he's like, "Do you want to know what I'll have tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "This other thing you don't need."
Yeah, it's rough.
And I'm like, ugh.
There is other ways to get them, but it's just as random. Because there's the two guys who do the digging.
Oh yeah, they might find one.
I was very lucky too, because I like when I had my Sinistea and I was like on the quest. Sometimes I get in these vibes where I'm just like, all I want to do is evolve Pokemon. Yeah. So I just like I have one Pokemon in my group who's like a good level that's strictly there for like fighting. Right. And then I have like 5 other Pokemon that are weak as shit and they need to evolve. Yeah. And most of them evolve by leveling and whatever. Yeah. And I had a Sinistea and I was trying to evolve it, and when I was like, I eventually had to Google it because I had like sometimes I don't I try not to Google tips and hints and stuff as often as possible. But eventually, when your Synesty gets to like level 45, you're like, okay, what level do you fucking evolve at? So then you look it up, and it's like, you need to give it a cracked pot if it's like this type. But then if it's this type, you got to give it this type. And I was like, okay, well, I don't even know how to see what fucking form it is.
Yep.
And I was so it's hard not to, but like the connotations of like phony form, antique form. You're like, oh, well, which one do I want?
Right.
Antique form, obviously. I don't want to be a phony.
Yeah.
You're a phony. Like, I don't want to be a phony. So, like, and I was very lucky I did have the antique form.
Very good. Yeah, there are some I feel like you can't avoid looking them up. Like the one ghosty one I had where I had to get it into a fight where it lost at least 40 health points, and then go to a certain part of the wild area where I had to walk under a bridge.
Oh, Yamask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would I have known that without looking it up?
Yamask
like,
or some shit. Yeah.
Like I had to.
To turn into Runerigavis or some whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost picked Yamask.
It was cool.
But it's hard because I only have the Galarian form. I've never got to experience the cool Sarcophagus Pokemon.
I've never had the Sarcophagus one.
Yeah, that one was sick.
Yeah. Anyway.
Not that the other one's not. The other one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like this giant like hieroglyph rune thing that's broken apart and connected by the ghosts, like limbs and stuff. So it is a cool Pokemon. It just didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Didn't make the cut.
There was something I was doing in my first playthrough of Violet, I think, where I had to collect like 10 Synesties. I can't remember what it was, but I remember like running around in the grass right outside of a town where there was a ton of Synesties and just like hunting them and then catching them over and over and over. Oh,
you know what it is? I think when you in not Sword and Shield, in Violet and Scarlet, when you wanted to evolve your little Charcadet. I think that's what it was, because you got to trade. Oh, you got to trade for the special armor. And because I didn't have to do Synesties, I had to do that fucking dumb Pokemon, Bronzor and Bronzong.
I hate those.
The dumbest Pokemon.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should do, when we're done with this, let's not do it until we're done.
Yeah.
But when we're completely done with this, maybe let's take like a month break from Pokemon.
Yeah.
But then let's do worst Pokemon.
Yeah.
We should do a top
there are bad
5,
ones.
Or we'll do a top 10 since it'll only be one list.
Yeah.
Worst Pokemon.
Yeah.
And just do that.
For sure.
Really funny. Okay, cool. So that was my number 2, Poltegeist. I also the fucking name. Oh,
Poltegeist. It's good.
So good. Eat it up.
It's very good.
Poltergeist, but tea.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love it. It's perfect.
All right. What is your number 1? This is where I think we're gonna have maybe some overlap. But you're weird, so.
My number 1 is Ghastly.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I love him.
Yeah.
I first loved him in the episode of Pokemon that's like in the first few episodes where they go to the like Haunted Maiden or whatever it's called.
Yes.
The Ghost of Maiden's Peak.
Yep.
And that Ghastly has the ability to talk and shapeshift.
And he has a very interesting voice.
And he has the funniest voice that I love.
I wish I could think of it.
And it's just like, you think he's like this goofball, like who just plays pranks and he just terrorizes people.
Yeah.
But then at the end of that episode, there's like a sweet moment between Ghastly and the actual ghost of the maiden, where she's like, "Thank you for helping me." Whatever.
Yeah.
And her and Ghastly are like these the ghost friends, and you find out like Ghastly's helping her. And I remember being like, "Oh my god, that is the sweetest thing on the planet." That he's like this terrorizing ghost, but then like helps this other spirit. And he's so cute. And I love that episode where he can talk. Like you almost never get the voices of Pokemon.
Yeah, for sure.
So
it's also incredibly interesting. A couple things. James and Brock both get wooed by this spirit. I love that the Ghastly has this ulterior motive of like trying to make money. So he also poses as this old woman who sells these like pieces of paper that you have to put on yourself.
Yep.
That keep away the curse. And then like I also love, and I only know this because I'm looking it up. Mm-hmm. I love that when the real maiden comes in. I think I could be wrong. I forget if Ghastly is also the maiden in this very quick moment.
Okay.
Like this is before you know that the maiden is also like a real ghost that Ghastly is helping. I think Ghastly also becomes the maiden sometimes to fuck with people. Yeah. But anyway, starts pulling James away, and Jesse pulls out a fucking bazooka. No one's taking my partner. So funny. Really funny. And then also like him, Ghastly, straight up, he becomes a fucking... He becomes a mousetrap with cheese and starts chasing Pikachu. Yeah. And then Meowth is like, I'm gonna get him this time. And he just creates a ball. And Meowth is like, he's just addicted to the ball. It's so weird.
I think Ghastly is so funny. I think that if you'd never seen a ghost Pokemon before and you were like fighting me at my gym or like fighting me and I just had a Ghastly and I threw it out, you'd be like, ugh. Which is ultimately my goal for fighting new people. I just love him. I think he's hilarious. I love Haunter and Gengar also. Is that the voice?
Yeah. It's like very... Hold on.
Yeah.
Including little rodents.
Yeah, it's very much... It reminds me of, like, the voice that an old-timey butler would have in, like, a Clue mansion.
In, like, New England.
Yeah.
But old New England, like 1800s. Yeah. Early 1900s New England.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely... It has that mid-Atlantic...
Yeah.
Or, no, what is it called? Transatlantic.
Transatlantic.
That's what that accent is called? Yeah, transatlantic. Sounds like old-timey... reporter or some shit like that. Or like not a reporter, but it just it definitely has those vibes of being like America's version of like posh British.
Yes, I love him.
It's very like, oh, all right then, but no accent, no British accent. Yeah, so it's still English or American rather. But yeah, very.
I love it. I love Ghastly. He is my number one favorite ghost Pokemon. Haunter and Gengar almost made the list. I just didn't want to make my list three of the same Pokemon, you know?
You can...
So they're runner-ups.
Include one in a line.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that's allowed. Them. What was your number 2? I forgot to write it down. Shuppet, that's right.
I do really love them.
Ghastly is cool.
When I went a few days ago, when I went on my fantastic date, we were walking around a Korean grocery store. They had a bunch of Pokemon... stickers and pins.
Yes, you got a lot of them, and
I got a lot.
Didn't give me any of them.
You
just kept saying, "I thought you would like that one."
You are welcome to all of them. What am I going to do with all those stickers?
Pick up the fucking hint, sis. I want this.
Yeah, you can have them. Ridiculous. I'll bring them back out after.
Did you give me this sticker, or did I just?
Okay, you're struggling. Get out of here.
I'm struggling.
I did not give you that sticker, but it's good. It's Bob Ross with a hunch in his back, leaning over to paint a kitten mountain.
Very good.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
But at the Korean grocery store, I got a pin that is a light pink Gengar. And I put him in my car to cover the cigarette burn that is above the driver's seat. Yeah. It used to be a Duffy pin. You know Duffy? Duffy.
That's what we call Hillary Duff. Because we're really close with her.
Duffy is Mickey Mouse's teddy bear. And he's a character.
Yes, I do.
That's very popular in Japan. Not popular in the United States, so they took him away. But Duffy's girlfriend is called Shelly May. And I used to love Shelly May. I still love her, but it's really hard to find Shelly May merch. But I used to cover the cigarette burn with a Shelly May pin. Lost it. Now it's covered by a pink Gengar pin.
Be cool.
Yeah, and I love it.
That is cool.
That's my number 1. Ghastly.
Sick. The only thing I wanted to say really quickly, did you know that in Red and Blue, if you look up the artwork for Ghastly Red and Blue, he has no outline. It looks a little bit different. Look it up. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's very like pixelated because it's fucking, old school Game Boy. So it's like 16-bit. But yeah, look that up for me because I think it's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
It's pixely.
Yeah.
Weird.
But it's interesting too, right? It doesn't have any like form.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But it's interesting.
What is this?
Ducks? Oh, that's everyone knows that. That's Farfetch'd.
Oh, okay.
The only way to get a Farfetch'd in Red and Blue is to make a trade. You have to trade like a fucking, I can't remember what it was. Like you have to trade, oh shit, what is it, dude? Like a Spearow or something. I can't remember. But you do that in Vermilion City. Why do I know all this? And its name is Dux, D-U-X. And
that's so funny.
Yeah, you get a Farfetch'd.
Okay.
I gotta play Blue. I haven't played in a little bit. I'm at like Mount Moon, I think.
Okay.
No. You know what it is? I just entered Cerulean City. I'm in Cerulean City. I did Nugget Road. Dude, Pokemon heads who know this shit, they're gonna love this. I just did Nugget Road, went through, and now I'm talking to Bill. Yeah, Bill's PC.
Bill.
You've met Bill actually in the cartoon. Remember this is first season.
Okay.
They go and they see him. There's like a lighthouse, and they go and they find a gigantic Kabuto, but then it ends up just being a man inside of a Kabuto outfit.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like a weird Pokemon scientist or whatever. And then also there's a absolutely massive Dragonite that we never talk about again.
Okay.
That's Bill.
Oh, Bill.
And in the original games, I don't know if this is true for Sun and Moon where you are, or X and Y for that matter. Mm-hmm. When you first start the game, you go to your little computer in the Poke Centers. Mm-hmm. It starts out being called someone's PC. And then it'll say your character's name. So it'll say like Raven's PC. Underneath that, Raven's PC is where you can put items.
Okay.
Someone's PC is where you put Pokemon.
Okay.
Eventually, throughout the game, you will meet a random fucking person, or you have to find them or whatever, and they'll talk to you and they'll give you some stuff, and it's like really dumb. But then it'll change to Bill's PC. So now every time in Red and Blue, when you want to go put Pokemon away or get new Pokemon or change the box or whatever, you have to go into Bill's PC, and it's because like he invented it is like the idea,
right?
But in Ruby and Sapphire, it's Lynette. Lynette's PC. Yeah, you just meet a random woman who's like, I invented that. Yeah. Come see me on Route 112.
Okay.
And you're like, okay.
Great.
So my number one ghost Pokemon is Gengar.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. This is where I thought that overlap would be, and it sort of is, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love Gengar. I used to be a huge Haunter fan, and like Haunter was my number one because of the cartoon, I think.
Yeah.
Because that's the Pokemon that he brings.
Yep.
To fight Sabrina and Kadabra.
But it disappears for a while, and he's like, Haunter!
Really weird. But yeah, no, I just fucking love Gengar. I love all of them. Haunter, I think, is really cool. I like that his hands are separated.
Me too.
I just think that's a cool design thing. And I used to like kind of have a little shade on Gengar because it felt like Haunter was cooler than Gengar. So it kind of felt like Ghastly improves and then like, not as good. But over the time,
Gengar is awesome.
Now I fucking love Gengar. I love Gengar so much, actually. Yep. I like how big they are, especially like in the original, like that first season. Gengar's not that big; he's like this big.
Yeah.
But then like Ash catches one in the Pokemon Journeys thing, like it. And I told you the story a while back of that whole story of Ash's Gengar.
Yeah.
Like it fucking is so sad.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing about how it had this mean trainer who was like, oh, stay in this house, I'll be right back, and then straight up ditches him. Gengar waits and waits and waits, and you see the sun and the moon going by really quickly, and to show that like so much time has passed.
So awful.
And then the house gets bought by the new Pokemon professor who Ash is interning for or whatever, and the house starts getting like haunted and all this stuff. I was just seeing if it was the cat, even though the cat's right underneath me. And eventually Ash gets it to trust him, and he catches it, and it becomes a fucking badass for him in battle. But it's like so big. It's like
that happens in Journeys.
Yes. Yeah, but it even says here height 4'11". It's 5 feet tall.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I love it. It's like a big purple blob that you can love. And
then you can tell Gengar has gotten really popular over the past like 5-10 years of Pokemon or whatever. Gengar. Yeah, because he's everywhere. He's the ghost equivalent of Pikachu and Charizard and all that shit, because like you see Gengar everywhere. And nowadays it feels like Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar are in every single Pokemon game. They're always featured.
So popular,
They're so popular. And anytime a game is like, oh, let's do a new kitschy little fucking mechanic. Mega Evolution, Gigantamax Evolution, Dynamax Evolution, Gengar gets a special one.
Yeah.
Because not every Pokemon gets a Mega form, which is the Mega Evolution or whatever.
Yeah.
Gengar does.
Yeah.
Not every Pokemon gets a Gigantamax. Gengar does. And Ash's Gengar gets it too. And they have to go through special training to get it because he doesn't originally have it. It's very cool. But yeah, I love Gengar. He's fucking cool. He's like very mischievous and silly.
I just met in the show, Ash was leaving the Hoenn region to go back home. And he passes through a town, I forget the name of it, that he had already gone through and gotten the badge there. And he goes to the gym, and he's like, oh, the gym looks so different. And he runs into this old lady who, like, knocks over her groceries, and he picks them up for her. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, it's fine. I just got to put this stuff down in the gym. And he's like, oh, do you work in the gym? And she's like, oh, I'm actually the new gym leader. And it's an old lady named Agatha. Yeah.
Agatha.
Who
she is
ended up being very nice, but has, like, perpetual mean face.
Yes. She is part of the original Pokemon League. In red and blue.
Yeah, it's Agatha, and her first Pokemon she throws out is a Gengar.
Yeah.
And it takes down Pikachu.
Yeah, in the game she has I think that's all she has is strictly ghost Pokemon. So it's like and because you're doing the Pokemon League, like every trainer that you fight has at least 5 to 6 Pokemon. Right. So she ends up having like 3 Haunters and 2 Genk because it's the only fucking Pokemon. Right. But that's not true. I think she throws in like a Golbat and maybe an Arbok or something like that in there. I can't remember. But she throws in other weird things. Right. But mainly it's ghost Pokemon. But Agatha. Then there's Bruno, the fighting guy. He has like Machoke, Machamp, and that kind of shit. And I think he has like a Hitmonlee and a Hitmonchan. And then the first one that you fight is Ice. I can't remember what her name is though. Lorelei. Sounds really familiar. But she has like Cloyster, Dugong, that kind of shit. Yeah. And then you fight Lance. So because it's Ice fighting Ghost, and then Lance Dragon, and then eventually you fight like Gary. Yeah. Or Ash, depending on which game you got. But it's very, very fun.
Okay. Cool.
We love ghost Pokemon. We like ghost Pokemon. Go Ghost. They are fun. They are interesting. They are mischievous. They are Ghost. Spooky. Oh, are you Danny Phantom?
Yes. I'm glad you got that.
You're welcome. I used to love that show.
It's a great show.
Yeah, I used to really enjoy that show, actually. Okay, sorry. I'm just opening up windows for all of my grass Pokemon.
It's fine.
So I have them open.
Have you checked in the past 5 minutes if we're still recording?
Oh, I've been checking so much.
Okay. It gives me like PTSD.
Yeah, no, me too. It's so fucking annoying. And it just says like overload. Yeah. So then I check to see like, okay, where's my computer at in terms of memory or whatever. And it's like, you have 100 gigs free. So it's like, okay, this entire recording will not even be a fucking gig. That's not true. Maybe 5. But like, I don't know. It makes no fucking sense. It's so annoying. But anyway, cool. Now we're on to grass. Now, here's the interesting thing. You said that you had a difficult time. You don't really love grass Pokemon. And it's like, I find so much about myself when we do these lists. Because I find out I love grass Pokemon. I'm into them. But not like 100% from like a mechanical standpoint. From like the video game. Mm-hmm. Because they're not good against a ton of things. they're weak against a lot of things. They're weak against fire and flying and bug and poison and ice. And it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. So annoying.
I think my problem with grass Pokemon is I almost always choose the fire starter. And I love having a fire Pokemon that anytime I come across a grass Pokemon, I just destroy them immediately.
Yeah.
So I associate grass Pokemon with being defeated quickly.
With weakness. Yeah.
So then I have a grass Pokemon and I get destroyed by almost everything. And I'm like, this sucks.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It comes in, I like it when I verse water Pokemon.
Oh, of course. Like, when you're versing the type that it's whatever, then you're like, oh, yeah, this is great. I'm fighting a ground Pokemon. I use Flower Trick with Masquerada. Good to go.
Masquerada's so good.
Yeah. No, I really do love grass Pokemon.
Do you want to go first for this one?
I can go first.
Okay.
Okay, so my number 5 for grass is one from the newest game.
Okay.
And in similarity with the way you were like, oh, I wanted to pick Haunter and Gengar, but I just picked Ghastly because Ghastly's my favorite out of them. In this same way, I want to give some love to the entire evolution line.
Okay.
But I did choose the final evolution, Arboliva.
Ah, Smoliv.
Yes. Smoliv, and then Dolive. And then Arboliva.
They're all very good.
The olive Pokemon. Dolive especially.
Ah.
Do you not think Dolive is like so fucking cute?
Dolive is so cute.
So fucking cute.
It looks like a doll.
With like space buns, but they're olives.
Yes. It's all so good.
So cute.
The evolution line is so good. It's so well thought out. I always wanted an Arboliva in the game, but I was not patient enough to evolve a Smoliv.
All the way to level 35. Yeah. Which is not terrible. That's like kind of a standard 3-stage evolution kind of thing. But yeah, I fucking love it. I think it's so cool. I love olives personally. So that's sick. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think the design is fun. It looks like very interesting. It kind of stands apart from a lot of grass Pokemon in terms of just its shape and design. I like it. I don't know. I just think it's fun.
This says, Arboliva has a calm and compassionate nature, kind enough to share its nutrient-rich aromatic oil with weakened Pokemon. However, when threatened, it will drive back enemies by launching its oil at them with a force powerful enough to destroy a boulder.
Hell yeah.
Wild.
Hell yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool. Just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's my number 5, Arboliva.
Awesome.
What is your number 5 grass Pokemon?
Sarina.
Spell that for me.
Tsar.
Tsar.
Eena.
Eena.
The fruit Pokemon. She is the ultimate diva Pokemon.
Yes.
She has these huge hips.
Very
and
good.
These tiny legs and these long eyelashes. And she always looks like...
Yeah.
Like, I am the best.
She is the drag queen grass Pokemon for
100%. Her abilities are Leaf Guard or Queenly Majesty.
Wow.
Like, so cute.
Very cute.
Sarina is known to be both powerful and aggressive. This Pokemon has a high-class nature and punishes anyone that approaches it with evil in mind. This attitude will even be directed at its trainer if given commands Sarina dislikes, such as being told to use an ineffective move. Touching the crown-like growth on its head is said to render it defenseless, however, and instantly calms it down.
Wow. Just give it a little boot.
Every time it lands a hit, it cackles at its opponent.
I love that.
It will even continue kicking or stepping on a downed opponent, laughing boisterously.
Wow.
That is so funny.
Yeah. I do like Sarina. What I've found out is that like 75% of grass Pokemon have special attack as their like main thing.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while you come across a few, Sarina being one of them, where their attack is higher than their special attack. So then like you don't necessarily want to teach it moves like Mega Drain or Giga Drain or something like that. You want to teach it things like Power Whip, like grass moves that like hit as opposed to like vibe the shit out of you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the difference between like Flamethrower, which is special attack. This obviously is fire, not grass, but Flamethrower is special attack because it's like you can hit it from a distance. That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
Is like if you can hit it from a distance kind of thing, then normally it's special attack.
Yeah.
But then like Fire Punch or Fire Fang would be attack.
Right.
Because you actually have to get close to the Pokemon.
Right. The last sentence of that bio for Serena was Quaquaval is its rival in kicking. Quaquaval, the final evolution of Quaxley.
Yes.
The water starter that dances like this.
Does a little samba, yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious that they're rivals.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I also love that in order, because she's so fierce with her legs and everything, that in order to evolve her, you have to teach the middle evolution Stomp.
Yeah.
Or wait until they learn it naturally, but they have to learn Stomp before they can evolve up. I think that's really funny.
I love her. So that's my number 5.
All right. That's a good one. Okay. My number 4 is Sprigatito.
Very cute. Sprigatito is adorable.
So fucking cute.
Yeah.
Like they crushed it.
Yeah, they did. They crushed it with Sprigatito.
So cute.
It's a cute name. The Pokemon is adorable.
The name is fun. I like saying it. Makes me feel a little Italian, a little Spanish.
I like all of Sprigatito's evolutions too.
I also
Master is my favorite, but the middle one is still cute.
No, I like all of them.
Yeah.
But
Sprigatito is adorable.
I think, Sprigatito is my choice because of, like, what if Pokemon were real? I want Sprigatito.
Yeah.
If Pokemon were real, I wouldn't want a ton of humanoids standing on 2 legs just as tall as me Pokemon, because it would be fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird. Like, to have a bunch of Pokemon that can, like, fully stand and are, like,
humanoid but not human.
Yeah. And they're just like talking to you and they're like sitting in chairs.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is this, dude? Are you an animal? Are you a person?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Sprigatito, you're a little kitty cat. I know what that is.
Right.
I know what you are.
Yeah. It's familiar.
Yeah. So I had to go Sprigatito. Just so fucking cute. And like, yeah, I couldn't not.
I love it. That's a great pick.
I didn't pick Sprigatito on my first run through. Because I knew you were picking Sprigatito. So I decided to switch it up. I picked Fuecoco my first time through. Which is interesting because normally you pick fire. Normally I pick grass.
Yeah.
We switched
I just don't
that
think that Fuecoco is cute.
I think that's crazy. I think Fuecoco is so cute. And then I think everything else after that is like whatever.
Yeah.
Skeledirge is like kind of cool. It's like really cool to have a crocodile Pokemon like that.
It is, yeah.
That doesn't stand on 2 legs like fucking whatever that ground dark Pokemon is. But I don't know.
I know.
A little much.
Yeah. I get that.
A little much. But okay, yeah.
Cool. All right.
Sprigatito, what is your number 4?
Decidueye.
What did I? Oh, yeah. Click out of Sprigatito. Sorry. Decidueye.
Yeah.
Wow.
The final evolution of Rowlet, who I chose in Pokemon Ultra Moon.
Eggplant.
I named it Eggplant. It is very cute. Right now it's in its middle evolution, Dartrix, which isn't the best. So I am excited for when it evolves into Decidueye. It's just so cool. It reminds me so much of Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Like, that's the vibe. Have you seen Hisuian Decidueye?
Absolutely fucking hate it.
It looks crazy.
I hate it so much.
It's got this weird,
because I remember when
you
started playing Arceus, and I was like,
"Oh, that's
you were
the region
asking
from that game."
Yeah,
got it.
Because all of the starters for Arceus are redos,
right?
But then they change it slightly, and I'm like, dude, and don't get me wrong, the Typhlosion one was sick. But Decidueye, you took a dope Pokemon that everyone was into, and we're like, let's make it worse, though.
Yeah.
But let's make people hate it.
That game is weird. I never finished it. It was confusing, kind of, and I don't know. Wasn't a huge fan. Yeah, but I love, like, this picture of Decidueye pulling its hood closed and aiming an arrow quill. Like, It's just, like, with its arrow. Like, that's so fucking cool. Let me see.
It is a super cool Pokemon.
This Pokemon is cool and cautious by nature, but it does begin to panic if surprised. It can hide from opponents by masking its presence, allowing it to attack unaware foes. It only takes 1/10 of a second for it to pluck, aim, and fire an arrow quill from its wings. Wow. It is not only quick, but accurate, capable of striking targets from over half a mile away.
Dang.
Right?
That's pretty crazy.
Alolan Decidueye is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Spirit Shackle. Yeah, and also, Ultramoon is...
It becomes Ghost.
Yeah, in its final evolution, it's Grass and Ghost.
Wow.
I know.
Could have chose it for either of these categories.
Actually,
that's really funny because you chose 3 Ghost Pokemon that were also Grass.
Yeah.
And you're like, I hate Grass.
I know, but I love Ghost. In Ultramoon, there's these things called Z crystals that I seem to get every time I fight Kahuna, which is essentially the gym leaders.
Oh, yes, you told me this.
They give me a Z crystal, which is a crystal that aligns with the type of the gym leader. So, like, normal type, ground type, Z crystal. And then when I give a Z crystal to a Pokemon before a fight, it learns like a Z move.
Oh.
Like a fancy move.
Yeah.
And Decidueye's fancy move is known as Z move Sinister Arrow Raid.
Sick.
Right?
Sick.
So cool.
That makes me think of that scene in 300. Our arrows will blot out the sun. Then we will fight in the shade.
Yeah.
Fucking Alexander Skarsgård, you handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah, I like...
Timeout.
Not
Michael Fassbender.
There you go. You were close.
I know. I'm just glad I caught it before our thousands of viewers who all message in. God, our comments would have gone off the chain.
I only ever see the scene from 300 where he's like, what's your job? Oh, you're an artist? That's crazy. Yeah. What's your job?
You, Athenian.
Yeah.
What is your profession?
Yeah.
I'm a potter. Yeah. Like, all the people who answer, too, are, like, so, like, timid. So they're all just like, I'm a blacksmith. Yeah. Potters. Boy lovers. Yeah. And it's like, excuse me? Yeah. Sparta was huge on that shit. Like, shut the fuck up. It's just so dumb.
But then I like when he yells at the Spartans.
It's no, it's a very cool scene. I mean, that whole scene is just testosterone. Oh. Or that whole movie, I mean.
It's
that whole movie.
It's straight testosterone.
That whole movie is just pump up.
You know that TikTok sound that's like, I want to go to war! I want a lightsaber!
Yeah.
That's how I feel after watching stuff like that.
100%.
All right, what's your next Pokemon? You're number 3.
We're at number
3, I believe.
3. I believe you're right. Yes, number 4 was Sprigatito. Okay, my number 3 is Meganium.
Ah, cute.
Yeah. I love her. I just think she's
cute.
Fun.
Reminds me of that Pokemon and the one before it remind me of Land Before Time. Like that.
Yeah, Littlefoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. This is a Pokemon I would name Littlefoot too.
Really cute.
There's another Pokemon that I'll probably end up putting on my either rock or ice. Spoilers. People who know will know. But anyway, Meganium, the herb Pokemon. Because this is 2nd generation, so they weren't clever with the cute little tags. But right. Yeah, I used to not like Meganium. I used to be like, oh, this is interesting, but like not my biggest fan. And now I fucking love her. I think it's because I saw her in an episode, and I was like,
she's really cute. There's an episode that I saw recently where an Officer Jenny has a Meganium, and it's really cool.
They're big too.
Yeah,
6 feet tall.
Yeah,
I want to ride one on its back. Mm-hmm. And I like the color green that it is. I like that it has weird little bug antennae, although I don't fully understand that. But yeah, it's just kind of like a dinosaur that has like the biggest roughly flower necklace, and I'm just fucking into
really
it. It's
cute.
just cool.
It is really cute. Bayleaf is also really cute. I don't like Chikorita because I think it looks like a lima bean, but Bayleaf and Meganium are both awesome.
Okay, that's insane. Chikorita is so fucking cute. Bayleaf is weird.
I like Bayleaf. It's just a smaller Meganium. Without the ruffle feathers.
It's a weird yellowy color. I don't like it.
I like Ash's Bayleaf because it's like in love with Ash. And it always gets so upset and it isn't around Ash.
Meganium's petals release an aroma that calms aggressive feelings, and its breath has the power to revive dead grass and plants.
Wow.
Yeah. Tends to be very docile and has been portrayed as a peacemaker in the anime. This is interesting. A special Meganium is worshipped in Lentil for being one of the 7 Guardian Illumina Pokemon.
Oh.
And I don't know.
What's Lentil?
Well, that's a place.
Oh. Cute.
Yeah.
Cute. I love it.
But yeah, I saw Ash fight one, and I was just like, it was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I was like, actually, I think this Pokemon's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, Meganium is really cool.
Yeah, big time. All right.
It's a great pick.
Thank you. That's my number 3.
My number 3 is Tangela. I think Tangela is so cute.
Tangela is good.
When I first started playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond,
yes,
which was the first Pokemon game I'd played as an adult. Actually, from start to finish in my life, because I never played Pokemon growing up. It was just watching you and like picking my favorites from the cards.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the boy that I am going on dates with, he knows that me and you love Pokemon, and he gave me a box filled with his like collection of Pokemon cards. He thought that we would like to go through them. I have it in my car.
Absolutely, I would love to go through them.
Okay.
Wow.
The first Pokemon I was super stoked about finding in Brilliant Diamond was Tangela. Like, and I remember being like, oh my god, a Tangela!
Tangela is so fun.
And it's so cute. It's just this little circular blob of vines with, like, in the darkness, there's like a dark hole with eyes. And it's 2, like, stumpy red feet.
Yeah.
And it's so cute.
Yeah.
So does the vine Pokemon, which isn't, like, adorable. But I just love it. Tangela can ensnare and entangle anything that moves too close to it with its vines. The vines constantly jiggle and sway, unnerving enemies and causing a tickling sensation if ensnared. Just so funny. Tangela's vines will snap off easily and painlessly if the target pulls on them, so it can quickly escape. Amazing. The vines of Tangela are said to have a refreshing flavor and scent.
Whoa.
In Galar, its vines are used as herbs.
I don't like the evolution. Tangela is one of the, and I've said this in the past, and I'll continue to say it on every episode we do. There are some Pokemon that they have that started out no evolutions. And then sometimes they add a pre-evolution or they add a post-evolution after the fact. And sometimes it hits and sometimes it very much misses.
Yeah.
Tangela is one of those things. I thought Tangela was perfect. I loved it. When I heard that there was an evolution, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I hate it.
And then you look at it and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I'm just saying when you hear about it. Like, when you hear, oh Tangela evolves now, you're like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Like, I can't wait to see what it is.
Yeah.
Tangrowth.
It's not a good name.
You can't even see all the individual vines. They all just mash together, and then it's got hot dog fingers. Why does it have weird hot dog fingers?
Really not good.
I hate it.
The English translation of Tangrowth's Japanese name is Mojumbo.
That's Spanish for hot dog. I'm kidding. That's weenies. It makes me think of George Lopez.
I know.
Ay, cabrón. They're the weenies. Como se dice weenies? It's just so funny.
Yeah, so Tangela, that's my number 3. I love her.
Yeah,
she's so
that's
cute.
great. Tangela is such a good choice. Yeah. Red and blue, you can't catch a Tangela. You have to trade for one. And there's a very specific guy on Cinnabar Island inside of the little institute where you can reanimate fossils. There's a guy in there. I can't remember what you trade for it. It's like a Poliwhirl or a seal or something weird. A sand shrew. I forget what it is, but not a sand shrew because a sand shrew is only available in blue.
Yeah.
Not available in red. But you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But that's the only way to get a Tangela. And which means it also has a nickname, and I forget what it is, but...
annoying.
Yeah.
All right.
Very cool. Tangela is a great choice.
Thank you.
My number 2 is Victory Bell.
Interesting.
Yeah, baby.
Victory Bell is funny in the show.
I love him in the show.
Yeah.
I love him eating James's head.
It's so
on
funny.
Every fucking time he gets thrown out.
Yep.
I have a certain fascination with carnivorous plants. Like at a distance. Like I don't own any, and I don't like actively do research. But like when I hear about them, I'm always like, God, that's fucking cool. It's so interesting.
That's what we got. We
like,
got to fill the backyard with Venus flytraps.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Pitcher plants and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Or have you heard of Yadaveo?
No.
Dude.
Do they eat bees?
No, they eat people.
That's what we need.
It's called the man-eating tree.
That's what we need. I'll just hop in there.
Anyway, I can't go too much more into detail on that because it's also the name of a secret gang in one of my D&D games.
Oh my god.
Yadaveo.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, I just love Victory Bell. I love Bell. This is another one where, I mean, Weeping Bell is pretty cool, like kind of goofy, and like also tried to eat James's head a lot, which was funny. But I love Bellsprout. Yeah. Bellsprout is so shrimpy and silly and like, funny. It is. But then like every once in a while on the show, you'll find a Bellsprout who's like actually like kind of a badass, which is fucking hilarious. Or you'll find a Bellsprout that's like so fast. Yeah. Like there's an episode about a Bell. I can't remember what it is, but there's an episode that features a Bellsprout. Yeah. That is so fast.
There's a few.
I remember that being a thing.
There's one where Ash is traveling with somebody and he like falls over a cliff edge, and whoever he's with is like a grown man, and he's like, Bellsprout, Vine Whip, and this little shrimpy Bellsprout is like, and it's really cute.
I know. Bellsprout is adorable, and I love it. And then, I've always thought Victory Bell was cool because I think Victory Bell got slept on a lot. I think Vileplume got all the love.
I love Vileplume.
So do I, and it didn't make my list, and I'll tell you why. I felt forced to choose between those two. And the reason I link them up together is because they're both almost exactly the same. Okay. Where it's a grass and poison type that has the middle evolution, and then a leaf stone, and then the final evolution. Yeah. And one of them is in Pokemon Red, and one of them is in Pokemon Blue. Okay. And so that I kind of see them as like mirrors in a way. Yeah. But yeah, so I just chose Victory Bell because I slightly prefer it to Vileplume. Which is not to say that I don't love Vileplume. Vileplume could have easily made this list, but I would have had to push somebody else off of it.
I love when Vileplume moves and all of its like are like.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a great pick.
Plus, I'm so sorry. While Weeping Bell is like my least favorite out of the 3 evolutions of Victory Bell, I like actively dislike Gloom.
I also don't like Gloom.
Like I don't like that it drools and then it's like
smells.
Gloom.
Yeah. Gloom. And it's drooling, I know.
And it's drooling and its eyes are closed. I just can't stand it. Yeah. Get away, you little fart bag.
That's true. Poor Gloom.
I'm sorry, Gloom, but yeah, I just don't want Gloom around. Go figure.
I love that in the show when James got rid of his Victory Bell, he replaced it with a Cacnea, who also tries to eat him every time he throws it out.
Didn't you say he tries to hug him?
Yeah, it tries to it like hugs his face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is so cute.
It's very funny.
In one episode recently, James says, "Did you get dropped on your thorn as a baby?" Which is so funny. Yeah, hilarious. Okay, great choice.
Thank
number
you.
2, Victory Bell. My number 2 is a Pokemon that I've never encountered in any game. I think for a fact that you have, which makes me want to punch you in the nose. And I want this Pokemon so bad because it's so adorable. Lurantis. It's known as the Bloom Sickle Pokemon.
Oh, like Fomantis?
Yes, Fomantis' evolution.
Oh, yeah, I've seen millions of this Pokemon.
Nope, I've never had Lurantis, never found it.
Oh, yeah, I hate this Pokemon.
I love it. I think it looks like a candy striper. I love its striped legs. It's pink. It is like a cute little person in bug grass form.
Is it ever... It's not bug, though.
No, it's
Isn't
just
it
grass.
straight up grass?
It's just grass.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
The reason I don't like it is because...
Because it looks like a bug?
Because it looks like a praying mantis, and I had a traumatic experience with a praying mantis once.
That's fair.
It was near the door handle of my door.
But praying mantises aren't scary.
And I couldn't get in the house for 30 minutes.
Lurantis both looks... Well, here it says it both looks and smells like a flower. I think it looks like a bug. However, it disguises itself as a bug Pokemon for protection. Maintaining its appearance requires detailed grooming. If a trainer does a good job caring for it, Lurantis will have an easier time trusting them than with a lazy trainer. It has gorgeous, brilliant colors. By gathering light, Lurantis can fire laser beams using its sickle-like arms. These beams can cleave metal plates.
Dang, dog.
Yeah, and this is a Pokemon that I think is going to be in, in Ultramoon, which I'm excited about because right before you fight each of the Kahunas,
Yes.
You fight a totem Pokemon.
Oh.
Which is just like.
Oh, is that like the Tapu?
No, those are way more.
Okay,
those are like the
legendary
Guardians.
Pokemon.
Yeah, those are like legendaries. The totem Pokemon is just.
They look like totems. That's the only reason I even asked.
It reminds me of the Crystal battles or Gigantamax battles or
like
something. It's just like a super big Pokemon at the end of a little area, and then once you beat that, then you can fight the Kahuna.
Got it.
But the first one I fought was a Raticate.
Oh.
An Alolan a giant Raticate.
Oh, the Alolan one is silly.
Yeah, it's got big like cheeks.
Puff cheeks.
And I fought that one. And this one says it's a totem Pokemon, so I imagine it's going to be at some point in my game. I hope that I can get one because I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for you. I can't wait for you to have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen so many of them. I think it's because when we played Sword and Shield, I feel like you didn't really fuck with the DLC expansion.
No, not as much as you, for sure.
That's where you find Lurantis is...
With where the Diglets are?
The Isle of Armor. In the little foresty section. Like the jungly section where you can see a giant Tangrowth and so many of them walking around.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right. What's your number 1?
Parasect.
I know it.
Parasect, baby!
Yeah.
I fucking love Parasect. It was in my top 5 Pokemon when we just did straight up top 5 Pokemon. And I didn't include it in Bug. And so here we come full circle. Had to throw it in on the grass group. I love it so much. I don't know why I love it. I think because it, for me, doesn't look like a bug really. It looks way more crab-like.
It does.
But it has just like white orbs for eyes that have no pupils or anything, which is a little creepy. It has it's like a giant hermit crab, where its shell is just a giant like a bell mushroom kind of thing. Not a bell, you know what I mean, shaped like a bell.
Yes.
But yeah, it has an orange body and everything. The other thing I also kind of am starting to have, I don't know, an eye for is the oversaturation of like specific colors for specific Pokemon types. I'm tired of fire Pokemon all being yellow, orange, or red.
Yeah.
Or a combination of all of them or whatever. I like Rapidash because it has like a white body and then flames, which of course the flames can be orange and red, like fucking whatever.
Yeah.
But like switch it up, man. So like grass Pokemon, always green, always like, and it makes sense sometimes because it's like a thing made out of grass. So it's like, okay, I get it.
I get what you're saying. There could be variations though. Like the Alolan Marowak has the green.
Plus you pick Tangela.
Yeah.
When have you seen bright blue fucking vines? Like that's a cool Pokemon design. It's fun that it's not just straight up green vines or whatever. Parasect is another example. Like the mushroom shell is like a light red with yellow spots on it, and its body is orange, making it even more closely related to a crab. Don't understand. I mean, bugs and crabs are actually probably way more closely related than like I'm giving it credit for, because I'm using the royal you. You don't really consider like bugs and seafood to necessarily be this thing, but then also you're like, lobsters and crabs are bugs, dude. They're like bugs of the sea, dude. They are. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're both arthropods large and all bugs. This shit. Yeah. But whatever. I just I really love Parasect. I love the Parasect. Yeah. Like the little noise it makes.
It is good.
It used to learn the move Spore, which was just like a slightly more effective form of sleep powder. But in the first game, like, you okay?
Yep. Slammed my fingernail.
Oh boy.
I'm alive.
It was like the only grass Pokemon that learned Spore, which made sense because spores are kind of a mushroom thing if you think about it. But still, it was just like really interesting. I just loved Parasect. I just think he's fucking cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's a great pick.
Thank
Always
you.
reminds me of you.
I'll take that sticker.
I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
All right. My number one.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Number one grass Pokemon.
Pulled a U. I went back to the Origes because I love this Pokemon so much.
Hold on.
And it's so cute. And I can just imagine me holding it in my arm like this, like a little baby.
Oh.
Going around with me everywhere. And it's such a little nugget. And I would love to have one. And I never want it to evolve. Oddish. I love Oddish so much. Recently I saw a large tattoo that somebody had on Instagram of a like vines down their arm, and they were like blueberries, and there was just a little Oddish mixed in with the blueberries, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I would love that tattoo.
That's awesome.
I love blueberries and I love Oddish.
Yeah, that's really funny.
It's known as the weed Pokemon, which is rude. It should be like the blueberry Pokemon or something because it's so cute. I know it's a bulb and not a blueberry, but
they need to do more berry Pokemon.
Yeah, they 100% should. A blueberry Pokemon would be so cute.
Which is interesting because there are two Pokemon that are similar to that vibe. Oddish and Jumpluff.
Yeah.
Also blue.
They totally
Jumpluff is a crazy... Continue with Oddish. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It like appears very early in the show. It's just so stinking cute. There is an episode where they encounter they walk up on a meteorologist and like her house, and where she's got like wind things and like satellites and everything where she tracks the weather all inside her house, and she has a collection of what's the first evolution of not Jumpluff,
Hoppip.
She's got a bunch of Hoppips because they help her predict where like the wind is coming from, the storm's coming from. They get swept up in the wind very quickly. She has them encased in like those things you see at like batting cages where it's like nets.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So they don't fly away. And she has one Hoppip that can't fly, that can't like get picked up in the wind. And they're all like, "Oh my god, this is so sad. Why can't you fly? Like, oh my god." And then you find out at the end of the episode that it's an Oddish who dressed up as a Hoppip because it loved being around all the other Hoppips but didn't want to be alone.
Oh.
So it disguised itself as a Hoppip.
God.
And when you find out, you're like, "Oh my god, that is so cute." And then of course she lets Oddish be a part of her family, and she's like, "It's fine that you can't fly. Yeah. It's fine. Like, we still love you. You can still be part of the family." And the Oddish is like, "Oddish, And it's so cute. And I just love it.
That's what I mean. Pokemon are too smart,
much.
Man. They're too smart. It's crazy. Just be an animal or be a person. This weird in-between is making things very ethically ambiguous. And I'm very confused about the ethics of Pokemon.
Yeah. It's so stinking cute. It's only a foot tall. 11 pounds. I just love it. It is. It's my number one favorite. It's so cute. Yeah. So that's my favorite. Yeah. I love you, Oddish.
Very, very cute. Yeah. The last thing I'll say is just, Jumpluff is another really cute. I love Jumpluff also. I like the type of grass and flying together. And I was just talking about colors and stuff like that. Hoppip is bright pink. Yeah. Skip Plume is yellow. Mm-hmm. And then Jumpluff is blue. Yeah.
They did good with the colors in those
They did good, but also, in a way, it kind of doesn't make enough sense. Yeah, I wish there was a through line. Other than just we're all flying in grass, and we all have, something to make us fly. I wish there was a through line. Like one little color thing that kind of tied them all together. Yeah.
It's random, but for sure.
Whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. Pokemon design, as we know, is always hit or miss. Yeah. But there's also another grass Pokemon I just want to throw a quick shout out to because I genuinely had heard of it. Mm-hmm. I've never seen it in a game. I have no idea what game it's from. But yeah, it's a pure grass type. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. It is like Venus Flytrap, Carnivine.
I've seen it in a game.
Really?
Yeah, in
it's in Generation 4.
Sword and Shield, I think. Or no. Is it Violet?
I don't know, dude.
There's an area where there's a bunch of them. And I never wanted one because I thought they were scary.
I mean, that's insane. I've never seen it in any of the games. You can find it in Pearl. So you maybe saw it in Diamond and Pearl.
Maybe, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was a cool Pokemon. I just wanted to give it a tiny little shout out just because I was like, oh, that's cool. Venus Flytrap. Cool. Shout out. But yeah. So, all right. That was good. Ghost and grass types. Mm-hmm. Man, there are so many Pokemon. It is fucking crazy. I'm trying to do the thing and I'm trying to really slowly catch all the Pokemon in Scarlet. Mm-hmm. So I'm literally at the point where if I just am walking and I just see a Pokemon and I'm like, I don't think I have that. I'll just run up to it, quick ball. Yeah. I don't even nickname it. I just throw it away. I'm fuck
just to have them all.
Just to have them. Yeah. And I'm at the point too where I don't even some Pokemon. The Pokemon that I I'll take the time to be I'll catch the lower one and I'll take the time to evolve it through and everything. And then sometimes I'm I'll just catch the little one. I'll catch the big one. Yeah. and I'll just have both of them. And then I'm realizing I'm getting to the point where I have so many duplicates because I'll go through a battle and just be do I have you? And most of the time you can tell. If you see something in the wild, you can tell because they put a little Pokeball next to its name. Mm-hmm. But in a raid battle, they don't do that. Mm. So then there's so many raid battles where I'm do I have a fucking this Pokemon? Do I have a Smoliv already? I'll just catch it. I'll just catch it and be safe. Catch it, and then I'm oh, I have 3. fuck me. But anyway.
All right.
So thanks, gang, for listening to another episode of Hessy and Maven. We're back on schedule, baby. We're on Tuesdays. We're coming out. We're gonna try and have YouTube videos out the week that the podcast episode comes out. Speaking of which, bear with us. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok. I've kind of taken a backseat on. I really should.
Instagram's our main platform.
Instagram and YouTube are 2 big platforms for social media and stuff like that. TikTok, it's just a lot to keep up with, and because I have to do everything on my computer, and I would have to pay for programs to even just switch it to phone mode, and it's just fucking annoying. Yeah. And stupid American Congress people might ban it because China, because they're racist and they're stupid idiots. Literally the dumbest people. Politicians are the worst kind of people. There has to be a circle of hell that's just this is for you guys. Yeah. You guys suck. Anyway, Thanks again for listening to another episode of Hessy and Maven. Please tune in next time where we talk about something else.
Bye.
Bye.